So in this video, we're going to go over a very quick, easy and simple trick to highlight certain elements on your screens. So let's say you want to highlight, for example, this over here, or maybe you want to highlight a paragraph in your prototypes. And let's say that you want to make it animated. You want to make this really hard to miss. So you want to make this blinking. How would you set that up? How would you make this line appear and disappear in a prototype? Let's find out. Let's try and build this in Figma. This video is a part of a series on mobile app design. And if you're interested and want to support the channel, you can check out the link in the description that will take you to my store where you can purchase the source file for everything we have created in this 5-hour masterclass, as well as follow-up videos, which this video is going to be a part of, right? So a source file for all of this, including what we're going to create today, in case you want to reuse this in your project. Now let's get started. So this is going to be quite fast, to be honest. We need to start by creating a frame, then creating certain rounding for this frame. Let's say I want to make it magenta, and I'm going to position the stroke outside. And this stroke is going to be, let's say, 4 points. And I am going to rename this to blinking highlight, right? Then I'm going to remove the fill. And what I'm going to do with this as a component, I'm going to create another variant. And this variant, first of all, let's rename the property. That's going to be called state. And this is going to be 1 and 0, right? And with 0, I'm going to make the stroke of this rectangle, of this frame, basically, to be 0 in terms of visibility, right? And now let me select this frame and go to prototype. And then I'm going to connect that to the second variant, which is now invisible because we have turned off the stroke. I'm going to do after delay, which is going to be, let's say, 1000 milliseconds. I'm going to change to state 0, and I'm going to do smart animate, ease out, and this is going to take, let's say, 400 milliseconds. And then I'm going to select the second variant, the variant 0, and connect that to the first one. We're going to create a loop. I'm going to do after delay, and this delay, let's try 800 milliseconds, and state, change to state 1, smart animate, ease out, 400, right? So the interaction is identical. I am now going to use an instance of this, right? By duplicating this. I'm going to remove all of that. And you can now see that you can change sizes of this, right? Which is useful. That's going to come in handy right about now. I'm going to select Command X and then go to page contents, or just select the frame as a whole. Command V or Control V if you're on Windows. And I'm going to select an element that I want to highlight. Let's say I want to highlight this back button. I'm then going to shrink this to the size of this. And I'm also going to duplicate this and create another highlight, and in a different size right about here, right? So it's the same component, but blinking highlight, but with different sizes. And now when I go to my prototype, when I launch my prototype, which you can do, by the way, by clicking here, and then go to design system. Then here we have our blinking highlight, right? Very useful. I think I'm going to change the duration of the on state, of the one state. So I'm going to go over here again, prototype, select the one that goes from top to bottom. And I think I'm going to make this delay 800. Similar to what we have here, to the one that goes up, which is also 800, so that it's kind of symmetrical in terms of animation. Let me reset that. Design system, you can see that it's blinking, right? You can also see that it now stays on the same amount of time as it stays off, but you can edit these. You can see that you can interact with the rest of the prototype as usual, except you have got this extra highlight. This is extra useful, for example, showcasing your product. So when you want to explain a certain workflow, then this is a great little trick to do that. We also have all these other animated components. As you can see, we have the headline, We have the updating live indicator, loading, interactive pie chart, and loading wheel animation. This is the loading bar and this is the loading wheel. We created all of that in previous episodes, so go and check out the playlist. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you found this quick trick useful. If you did, I would appreciate you leaving a like, and I will see you in the next one.